Hi, I'm Rob Kircher and welcome to Heirloom Custom Toys. This is episode 3 in our replica build of a 1950s Circa Cape Cod. And if you remember from episodes 1 and 2, our client was nice enough to give us basically it's a grid from her memory as to what the actual house looked like. And in episode 1 and episode 2 we started by building the basic frame. Well, that frame has now taken on a very dramatic change over the course of time, evolving into what you see now. As close as we can get to an exact replica of that house from the floor plan. And we work again with a 1/12 scale, which means that 1 inch equals 1 foot. So essentially, this is 42 inches long, which is 42 feet long. But we also evolved from this, if you will, to building the second floor, which we'll show you in a moment. And the second floor is essentially, I'm not going to call it the attic, but it's like a bonus room. And then the next element with this is the actual roof structure, and we'll go through that. Okay, as you can see, the first floor has taken a dramatic change since the last time we talked about this. Now, all the rooms are actually painted the original color of the rooms that our client remembers her granny's house being. The other thing you're going to see is that all the rooms have little doors and they're all operable, and they have hardwood floors, and the kitchen, for example, has a vinyl floor, and the same thing with the bathroom. This is the garage, and then you come in through the garage into the kitchen, and you come from the kitchen into the dining room, and then the dining room leads you into the living room. The living room has a second floor, which goes up to the next level, but right now I'm just going to show you, these are operable doors. This is the hallway. It's a long hallway that runs from essentially one end of the house to the other. Over here is the master bedroom. Then we have a guest bedroom, we have a bathroom, and another guest bedroom, which they're using actually as an office, and beyond that is the back porch. Again, every room has hardwood flooring or vinyl flooring. Every room has got baseboards, and of course there's windows in every room, which are all trimmed out. The thing about a replica home is that it's a complex process. It doesn't happen overnight, and there's a lot of trial and error. And what I mean by that is when we get to the second floor, I'll explain to you what the trial and error is. When I talked about earlier about how things change, it's got to do with structure. So when you're building this kind of replica house, the whole idea was that the first floor has a second floor which is removable, and it has a roof structure which is also removable. So in order to support the roof structure, we had to do a couple of things which are compromises. Initially, this was one long room. By the way, this is all going to be carpeted with a green carpet that the client is going to pick out the color. But what I ended up doing is putting arches in here to support the roof. Now along here we also have bookshelves. Now the original house had bookshelves, not as many as these, but they did have them, so we added those. And we also added paneling. We now have the second floor in place. My wife helped me do this. It needs one person at one end and one person at the other. So what you're looking at is the front of the house. That's a garage. And again, this is the kitchen. That would be the dining room window. Now this is the front entrance. And you can see we have a cantilever top. So when you build the structure and you build that second floor, you need to be mindful of the fact that this is going to actually protrude out, so it needs to have the basis of that. And then when the roof goes on, it's going to extend it even more. So as we come around to the back of the house, you'll see that we have 3 windows here. They're going to have awning over the top of them. That is the next thing we have to build. And this is the back porch. This is going to have a screened-in area, if you will. This had to be cantilevered out to be able to support the roof structure. So we have braces all the way along the line here, and it's important, again, just to support everything. All right, the next step is to put the roof on, and again, that's one piece, and it'll easily slip right over the top of the second floor. So the whole idea is that every one of these sections, the main floor has a removable second floor, and it has a removable roof structure. What you're looking at now is the third section of the home, which is obviously the roof structure. Now, I'm talking about trial and error. We initially had this as two separate pieces, so they'd be removed and be able to add it in two separate ways. But honestly, it didn't work for lots of reasons. So we now have one complete roof structure. What you're looking at is the gable end over here, and it has the valleys, another gable over there. But these are real shingles, folks. These are very, very cool. It feels like a real shingle and has all the texture and look of a real shingle. It's a very cool product. And this goes over the back porch area. And again, it has these amazing shingles all over them. It's quite a long structure. In real life, it's about 30 feet long. So it's about 30 inches long at this point. And then over here, as we go along, the roof has other elements to it. Another shed roof over there. And then this is one that goes over the front porch. And this over here is going to have some posts and some railings on it. So it's quite a structure. And it took a while to actually engineer, but we're very happy and proud of with the way it looks right now. And again, with the aid of my wife, we put the roof on. It goes on very, very easily, and it's one long structure, as you can see, and has these amazing shingles on it. But I talked earlier about this cantilevered on the second floor. Well, the third floor also even protrudes it out more. So this is going to allow us to have the proper alignment, if you will, of the actual porch, front porch post and railings. But you can see how this roof structure just works so nice with this model. And to give you a good aerial view here, it's all one piece. And again, was our second attempt. The first attempt was just two pieces and it just did not work. So we're going to have little awnings over these windows here, and this is going to be screened in. And again, this is cantilevered out more so than the first floor, again, to allow for the fact that, you know, it has to have that proper scale and look of Granny's original house. So there you go. And we have more vinyl siding that is on ordered. One of the problems that we had in dealing with this is COVID. And COVID, unfortunately, was very challenging because we don't make vinyl siding. We make pretty much everything else. This stuff has been on back order forever. So hopefully that's going to show up pretty soon. So stay tuned, because my wife Barbara is going to show you how we're going to add some enhancements to this house. Along here we're going to have, my wife is going to do this, she loved doing this. We have grass, we have bushes, we have a planter, we have lights, we have a little mailbox, we have house numbers. Well, I thought my wife was going to do this, but she's a little camera shy. Anyway, she picked out some really fun things. These are lights, and I'll just show you with my big hands. They're going to be on either side of the garage door, probably there. You can see that. Another one over here. And then another one's going to be by the front door. Barbara also found this cute little mailbox, and I'm not sure exactly where that's going, but I'm guessing it's going to be somewhere along here. I don't know. And then she also has house numbers, so they're going to be applied to the house. They'll be black, but they'll be applied to the house. Okay, now what we have is artificial grass. She has some bushes, and this actually is a hedge. So I'm just going to put it here. It doesn't belong on the front porch, but it'll give you an idea. So this whole house is going to be landscaped, if you will, with all these things that when it's done, it's glued down and it looks very, very cool. We even have a driveway that's going to come in here. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is where we are at the moment. In episode 4, we'll show the finale.